Hello people, I'm recording my video on the window today. But today is a long overdue video. It is a sketchbook tour of all my old sketchbooks. As you guys may know, I don't draw in sketchbooks anymore. I use constant cardstock, so my glasses are so blurry. But yeah, we're gonna be looking at all of them. I'll try and go in order, but the first one I know for definite is this one right here, my first sketchbook when I started seriously taking my art seriously, which is about 4 years ago maybe. I don't know. We'll have a number somewhere, but yes. So we're gonna go over this. These papers are ripped up, so it might not be in perfect order, and we'll see where we get to. Okay, we seem to be good, all things considered. All right, let's slide the first book. This is the first page. Now, I'm not sure what the cover is anymore because it kind of ripped off over time, but yeah. This is me turning myself into my nickname, Flames. So, yeah, take that with a grain of salt. And this is me making Flames a character of itself. This is the start of my first, this is basically my first OC. First original character, first character. Very basic, I know. But this is way later down the line. I don't know how it ended up in this pile, but we're going to look at it anyway. Penumbra, the shadow character of mine. And this was her first concept. That shouldn't have been in here, but let's see if there's any other sneakies in here. Oh, there's a few sneaky snooze in here. This is Lute's first design. He actually hasn't changed much, I'm not going to lie to you. Which is perfect, because some character designs don't change over time. They just get perfected. And his was pretty good, all things considered. And before we got to this, let's save that to the end. But here's Rave's first design. Whew. Maybe I should have the pile on the side so you guys can see what's going on. Here's Rave to the side. Let's put this one up here for now. But here's Rave to the side. The first. I still love how this looks. I still loved how this came out. This was peak art style for me, for perfecting the little skill I had. And this is also Scorch. This is what came after. This is me, another reshaping of the first character, OC, trying to remaster him. And this is just a sketch for how I would paint one of my moccasins. This is me drawing like one of my first human characters. His name was going to be Volt or something. He was going to be a speedster. But yeah, he's in a tracksuit, bald man with glasses. This was going to be some other girl. I don't know what her power was going to be. But yeah, I was like, let me draw a shorty real quick. This one was like the peak of that because I really liked how this turned out. I was like, oh, what if I have characters and they're all using a marker or a crayon or something, and he would be the guy. His power would have been the darkness, and this guy's would have been like fire, the guy with the waves. I like how I did the waves. It looks crazy. The waves look insane. Anyway, yeah, but I really like how this guy came. This actually looks pretty damn good, all things considered. So yeah, that was really nice. And these are all the characters. I had his shades upside down. But yeah, I was redesigning the characters still. And this is trash, actually. So let's throw that out. And that made it. This was another character. He would be the ghost integrant. He would be in like a ghost-based character. This is just a paper to draw all my test the markers and whatnot, so that shouldn't be in there. There's also another reshaping of the first character. I was like, what if I make his fire crazier than the rest of his body? I still could have went this way, but I was like, let's tone that down a bit. And that's why after that, we came up with this. This is the start of Newman's Law, like the final, like, prototype, I guess you could say. Like, what after the alpha and the beta? I don't know. You guys just decide. But this is literally right before I drop him on Webtoon. This is like peak. Oh, this is where I see the vision. Like, what if I create more guys like him? And this was just me drawing my emotions for the day. We're gonna pile that up with the rest of them for now, but we're gonna come back to that. Ghost. So he was the smoke elemental character, and here's a quick scene of basically the first concept of Newman's Law scene. It hasn't been put in yet. I'm gonna put it in eventually, but this is literally the first ever scene of Newman's Law. There is his foot. This is how I used to draw the feet because I didn't know how to draw feet at the time, so they look like this. Crack, a branch cracks. He steps on it. Something wakes up. And it's something like this giant thing wakes up. There's Enra right here, as you can see in this mastered format. But he wakes up. He's like, uh-oh. What did I just wake up? This little cute monster thing. But the monster is activated. It grows muscles. It starts getting crazy. He's preparing his fists. The monster's before him. And that monster is the Drudgeon, which I still like its design. It looks like one of those things from Fallout, but like a Deathclaw, but yeah, I really like the Drudgeon. He looks pretty damn cool still. So I still might add him back in there. But yeah, this is like the first ever thing. Like, this is the logo too at the time. Newman's Law. And there's some bonus lore that I may or may not add, but that's up to the charms. We still have the charms, of course. And I was concepting integrants because they're going to be the elemental guys. That's their name of their like race, I guess. So I can color other ones. And this is Purin, the lightning integrant. He didn't really change much in design, actually, which is pretty fire. So I still got the overall vibe I wanted out of him. And yeah, this is a continuation of the Drudgeon, him bracing for impact. I don't know why he's standing on like leech-looking roots, but and here's a pinata-looking character. I was like, should I have a pinata integrant? But then it was too childish for the seriousness. Then we got King Newton, but let's not skip Bora for a second. Bora's first design, he had a puffer jacket. He had a like snow pants things. He was like a snowboarder look. He was gonna be the elemental character of ice. And here we have King Newton. He was gonna be the integrant of gravity. I'm not sure if he's gonna have his head floating. That might be fire if I do it that way. But nah, integrant's gotta have a neck or something like that. Here's a random thing that has nothing. And here's Shard, the integrant of glass. And he's a very important character for the series, and he's going to take place in the first chapter, of course, if you haven't read it already. But yes, this is his first, Shard's first design. Peek! Oro is going to be this. They were basically the Gorks. The Gork race, that's their name, was going to be the Oro. But I decided to name it something else. The Oro sounds too fancy and holy-like for... And here's my first drawing buff guy using very little reference. As you can see, it's too exaggerated and out of place, but we're getting somewhere. 19. Here's a little meme, but yeah. Here's the next one where he's packing, like insanely packing. But yeah, and then I decided to get a little bit more serious and use a little bit more reference. Because I was doing a series in my book where I was like, you can't draw more detail, you gotta draw more detail. You gotta add more detail. So I kept forcing myself to get better and better every drawing doing this. Using lots of references, of course. And then I came to this one. This one's complete fire. I love this one. This one is amazing. And it's amazing maybe because it's this is one of the early designs too. It's only amazing for the simple fact is it's just I started using blacks differently. I started experimenting, trying to get a little bit better, trying to incorporate some manga-esque approach to it as well. So it's still pretty fire. I love how I did the fire in the corner though. Peak design. Here's loot. But before that is when let me come back to it. 1 second. Because right after that one is where I did this, and then I ended the add more detail series where I kept adding more detail from the lowest point, so yeah. Still fire. For sure. I'd like to put a disclaimer on this piece right here because this was heavily referenced. I used a lot of reference material. I mean, I didn't copy anything like straight trace or copy anything entirely, but this is heavily referenced. So would I be able to draw this without looking at tons and tons of pictures? Not even in the slightest. So you're gonna see things that don't even look close to this either. I mean, now I can draw this without even using any type of reference. This is no brainer for me now, but back then, heavily used references. I decided to take, I mean, now me could do this in like 30 minutes. Back then, this took me like 5-6 hours, maybe more, I don't remember. Next, and this is the Oro, or the Gorks, I should say. Different designs. And this guy becomes the actual character. She does too. This is Vix's first design. This is Denvi's first design. And there's Okoro right here, actually. So yeah, Okoro's pretty, he didn't really change. I really like his design. Very simple. It got everything I wanted out of him, so I just left it there. Then we got Denvi. We switched him up a little bit, but he pretty much stayed the same. And then we got the world's currency, which is iron. Very basic, easy to understand. And then one of the first monsters, the Mull, which I have yet to introduce, actually. I should be looking at this camera, but it's hard to focus. But yeah, we have the Mull. So yeah, they're nasty, slimy creatures that basically just slowly try and get its prey by just submerging it on top of it, toppling it like smaller things, by just devouring it, by climbing on it, basically. And then this is Vix again's first design. There's the Mull again, like opening its mouth because there's its other body parts inside. It's just an amalgamation slime where its eyes and ears are moving around. But yeah, there's Vix's first design. He's doing that like that horse girl Instagram pose. This is Bora's next design. I was like, we had Bora and too much in like civil, like casual clothing. I was like, why would he have that at this moment? So I was like, let's give him something more residential to his area where he's at, because where he's living amongst is these Yeti type creatures. Which brings me to these Yeti type creatures. So yeah, he's wearing clothes of these things. I'm not sure if they like that, to be honest, but whatever. Then we have Oni. He's gonna be one of the first major villains, so see where that comes. And then here's Oni again, actually, in another design, very traditional looking. And then we went even more like the demon Japanese route, you know what I mean? Oni, you know. And then we have another one of our early designs of like a creature. That's because each creature part of this world is gonna have a danger rating or whatever. So danger rating out of 10 to keep it simple for me and for you, my audience. Random swords. My first skeleton design, which actually turns into a character later. See how the paper is just coming out of here? I hate these things. Sketchbooks are so annoying, especially when you're left-handed. Like, get this out of here. So stupid. Or if you're right-handed trying to draw on this side, so dumb. That's why I don't stop drawing on sketchbooks. I know, get the ones where you flip them over. Yeah, but my hand's like coming off the paper and it hits the ground. So dumb. Flora's first design, actually. Wait, did I rip a paper out? Hold on. Do I have Flora's paper over there somewhere? I had her paper. I hope I didn't, like... Because I moved it somewhere. Her early design. I hope I didn't like it. Better be in that pile right there. Because if it's not in that pile... that's a problem. So we have me using crazy amounts of stipples to try and make something, but there's too many hard lines, so you don't get the good effect of stipples. Because I'm pretty sure Flora's paper is supposed to be right here, so it might be underneath. I really like this a lot. I would keep it this way if I have to redraw it. And I will use this panel in the future. This panel's fire for sure. And we have Ghost again. So a lot of papers have been ripped out 100%, and they might be in this pile below. So let's just keep looking and see where we end up. There was a point in time where I was just drawing my emotion for the day because I had like art block at the time. You know, we all have art block. My emotion for the day was Toxic Planet. My emotion of the day was isolation in a way. I guess that would be me inside while people are watching me. Isolated but being around people, the feeling of isolation. Sands of time, me feeling like I don't got time left on the planet or time to make something of myself. Feeling like a crash test dummy, I guess, that I'm in control of. So yeah. Oh, there's Flora. Okay, perfect. Flora! This thing is like falling over in not the good way. So there's Flora, the first design. Beautiful, isn't she? This is our first actual official design. This shouldn't be in here, but hey, here we are. He snuck his way in. He keeps sneaking himself into sketchbooks. But I was making a Pokemon based off of recycled trash, and this would be a Pokemon that I think I did this like 2-3 years ago. But yeah, so you know there's like different, like, you know how like, what's a good way of putting this? Like a factory opens up, an oil factory, oil spills, or garbage waste type of factory, and a lot of it spills into your local lakes and stuff like that, and a lot of trash. So this Pokemon's based off of that. This Pokemon's based off of like a creature that utilizes that stuff, and it's great for the environment. But yeah, let's not go too deep into it. My emotion for the day, idea hell? I don't know. Whatever, dude. I don't know where idea hell came from, but yeah, ideal hell. This is just a BS one of my emotion for the day. That's honestly truth. And another thing, I don't belong. Brain doesn't equal money. Your heart, your soul, your stems, the snake of truth right there, the snake of false. This owl, the wise owl, is telling me to choose this side, but that side's not where the money belongs, but it's where it weighs heavily on my soul, I guess. That's some symbolism how I was feeling for the day. This, I still really like this a lot. This was just me learning about how corporate America works. Man frozen, paralyzed in his own deceit of money and lies. But yeah. That was years ago. I still like this one, actually. I'd remaster it a little bit, but it's like a little snug blankie. This one, me starting my YouTube journey kind of a long time ago before I stopped. But yeah, there's me hunting. See, if you notice, there's a YouTube logo on the goggles right there. They see the YouTube. They see the opportunity. So we're trying to plan and strategize to execute properly, as you can see right here. These are the things weighing me down: my age, my time, random flag, heart logo, just weight in general, other people. Yeah. Me as a bus monitor, when I was a bus monitor once, my emotion for the day, I was like, I want to goddamn strangle these kids and blow this bus apart. I'm getting out of here. And there's Puddin's finger, like, throw him in the bucket. I'll make it. I don't know why the kids look like spoons, but yeah. This was during the COVID time. So as you can see, I'm wearing the COVID mask, but this is my bus monitor vest. But yeah, I was going, they were making me insane. So, kids suck, by the way. I know some of you guys are on here, but you guys suck. But, yeah. Flora can be the spotlight of that one. Now I'm gonna make this. This should be the cover of this. I need a rubber band, to be honest. I have 2 sketchbooks that are more built towards like this whole sketchbook is literally just one of my chapters. So I'm not gonna count this. Or I have a bigger sketchbook, which is the first couple chapters of the webtoon Newman's Law. So we're not really gonna look into that right this moment. We're gonna still continue on with our other sketchbooks that have actually different things. This one just has 2 different chapters in it, so that's not really a sketchbook of random art or random design. So we're not really gonna look at this one, but yeah. For people who read it, should already, if you read the webtoon, this is literally a couple chapters of the webtoon. Just me sketching my ideas. It's pretty fire, actually. It's still fire. We're gonna look at that another time. But for now, I think this is the second sketchbook, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? It might be. If not, it's this one. I don't know. This might not be in perfect order, to be completely honest. And that's fine. Sketchbook. Now we're gonna have the second sketchbook. Okay, let's open it up. Yes, corpse flower. I decided to go on a little sideways experiment and started experimenting with plants. Maybe I could have plant-based characters in my series, which I still will. That's for certain. Let me fix this. And they're all based off of real, actual plants. But yeah, this one's still cool. I'm definitely going to 100% put this guy in here. And I'm going to have a side series called Verdant Vigor or something like that. And that's going to be... These are going to be characters in it. For sure. They're all based off of earthly plants. This is Clover. He's going to be the main character of that. So, yeah. This is when I started drawing people's OCs. This was like part 1. Jack. So I got a guy named Jack. And I still wasn't the best at art, obviously. I was gonna draw my own dude right here. The idea came in my head. Dali. Picasso. Someone requested me to draw cat noodles, so I was just drawing people's comments and stuff. I really like this a lot. This is one of the ones I don't regret doing because this looks really nice. I really like this one. Cat noodles. So I made a video of this guy catching a tree in the wind, a tree branch, and he was like the chosen one or something like that. And that was whatever. Doesn't matter. That's lame. Skip. This is me watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners for the first time. Probably the only time I watched it too. But it was really good, so I decided what if I imagine myself going cyber psycho, psycho cyber, whatever. This is what I would probably look like. All these components. Someone else's OC again, I believe. This is one of my own creations right here. He's a clock. But yeah, he's a grandfather clock, literally, and the arrow is his sword. This is actually fire, and I still might add it. I might have like a little side series, not a side series, but it's gonna be in the same universe or within the same exact series, Newman's Law, but it might be some Wonderland type of place. So this guy just with crazy imagination somehow finds a way to create these beings. But there's a grandfather clock out there that literally has an arrow for us. Yeah, this is fire. This is still fire, by the way. I will be coming back to that. Oh yeah, this is their OC Lucky. People were asking me to make a lot of their OCs when I was doing it, but they're all literally the same character. They're all literally just following the Kirito from SAO route. Oh, I'm dark, moody, and black. All their OCs were the same dude. They're just the same dude. All their characters. Literally. Just black hair and gray. Oh, I'm dark and moody. War. You know what I mean? There's Lucky. At least he had a little bit of color to him. This is me trying to draw a wind integrant. As you can see. Yeah, that's me trying to draw a suit. Oh, the Dragon Fruit Warrior. This is actually pretty cool. This is kind of, and then it's going to evolve into dragon maybe. Okay, this is a failure of loot, and this is some fine baddie Amazonian. Yeah, she was fire. I wish one of the eyes wasn't higher than the other, but you know, some people's eyes are like that in real life. Yes, but she's fire nonetheless. Smash. Anyways, there's her. Wanted to draw a little anime girl. This will be in the series as well, the Dreg. So, they're pretty cool. I like them a lot. This is Gargro. This is a second design, so that means this isn't the... Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're gonna call this. This was during, like, Inktober. Yeah, this is during Inktober. Wisp Bat. I gotta add this to the series. It's more of a magical thing. Magical creature, but yeah, the Wisp Bat. This is another challenge of Inktober. I think those have to draw seashells, so I made like a... It was like... Seashells was the challenge or something for Inktober, so I decided to make some Elden Ring Dark Souls inspired character based off the ocean. as he has crab armor and everything. Here's me drawing my OC again. It's pretty cool. Could be better for sure. Mr. Bloom. The real ones know who that is in the lore. But yeah, Mr. Bloom's fire. It's not my creation. It's DC stuff. Spy versus spy. Yeah, but this challenge was flower, I believe. Or bloom. So I drew Mr. Bloom. Spy versus spy. Someone said draw spies or something like that. I don't know. Remember what the challenge was for Inktober, but yeah. This is me drawing a Pokemon design. Ember. I still like this a lot. It's an icy match. An icy hot match. The Pokemon that's also fire type and ice type. This is Loot with some crazy crotch going on. I don't know why he's wearing such tight clothing. But he has fish swimming around in his head. Which he will happen eventually. This is me failing an art piece and wasting a page. Concepting of the first chapter remaster. Because yeah. Okay, this was for a meme. The Pumpkin Patch Kids will be added eventually. I do got Rumple Pumpkin in there, so yeah. I don't know. One of the challenge for Inktober was draw a watermelon watermelon. I don't know, no, but I ended up drawing Watermelon Demon Beelzebub. This is still fire. I'm not gonna lie. This is fire. I might give this outfit to another character, but it's sucking up, consuming the souls, as you can see, of the damned. Yeah, this is a very peak character. I might still take this, but put a different head on it and not make it watermelon. I watched an anime. What is the anime called? Put it up there somewhere. I don't know the anime. Devilman Crybaby, yeah. So I drew myself as a Devilman in that similar art style. There's a creature, potential creature I was gonna add. Cavender and Acorn, dude. Listen. Yeah, he's funny. He looks too much like an integrant, but he's not. So I was like, oh, should I draw him? Probably not. Maybe I might add him later. Who knows? But Cavender and Lavendish. Yeah, I wanted to make a Pokemon based off of lavender. I believe that I got a comment saying that, so like, sure, let's do it. The Bullet Integrant. Yeah, this definitely isn't the first page, but yeah. I mean, this definitely ain't the second sketchbook. Maybe I should go to the other one afterwards. Oh yeah, the Bullet Integrant shooting. I don't know why I gave him a lemon hat. I just thought it would be perfect for color balance, and it just needed something on his head. So, I don't know. The lemon one is unwarranted. But yeah, here's the liquid metal integrant with a bullet-shaped head shooting, turning his finger into a gun and shooting it and going through my, for some reason, super muscular character. And there's Hunter x Hunter inspired of my character. And I was making a point that I can draw anything using my mind. So I was like, what if I wanted to draw a carton of milk that can race? So I put a camera on a carton of milk and gave it wheels. And I was like, this is what it could look like. Metal Magnetic Integrant. See, it's Magnet Man was his name, and the magnets look like a snake of some sort. That's creative. I still might take that, but not take the Magnet Man. I might take the magnetic snake thing, but they're both gonna have to be like a snake on this side as well, type thing. The Blade of Dew. I'm actually gonna bring this back, so don't sleep. It's a blade that gets sharper with the dew because it cuts like water. But yes, the Blade of Dew. We're gonna bring that back. It's like a grass sword type thing, you know, Adventure Time. Someone told me to draw a chicken dude, man. So there. That was a long time ago. I put a floating chicken nugget on the side. This is Newton. This is still peak, by the way. He's so freaking jacked, though, here. Like, what the hell? He is absolutely abnormally just jacked out his mind. This is still fire. This is still peak to me. This is a girl, for no reason. And this is Vix, one of our more official designs. This is if I made an OC that was human, because I don't draw much human. So I was like, let's make a main character of another series. Let's say I do want to start a series. He's going to be the main character. He's going to look somewhat like this guy. This is the start of him. It's going to be some handsome, curly-headed stud. But yeah. This is a sketch to another idea I had. And then there's him again in a kind of different art style, more of a thinner head, less like beautiful type thing, more, you know. And there's a guy named Snot. So let's go to the one that I think may have been the second sketchbook. I think it was this one. It's got to be this one. No, it's definitely not. It's this one. So we're gonna go through 3 sketchbooks this time, and then maybe next video we'll go through the. So let's just say this is the second. Oh, this is the cover for the first one. All right, let's put that right there. But yeah, this might be the second sketchbook or the third, or maybe I was doing 2 sketchbooks at once. I don't even know. So let's open it. And the first design is one of my favorite designs, and I'm going to be using him. I already have him written up and everything. His name's Gargro, as you can see in the last sketchbook I showed. So, Gargro, the petroglyphic scribe. That's all I'm going to tell you. He's a gargoyle. And there's him using his abilities, one of his magical capabilities, on Oni. And here's a redrawing of the smoke integrant, Ghost, his name was at the time. Still might be Ghost, I don't know anymore. Here's another updated drawing of Rave. Now, as you can see, I'm improving on my muscularness. It's not the best, but it's still getting there. This is me drawing the Pokemon Loudred as a human. I love Loudred, the Pokemon, so, yeah. This is me drawing a Pistol Shrimp as a potential character. Pistol Shrimps are very dangerous, we all know. So there you are. See, as you can tell, the colors, another reason I don't like sketchbooks, I know they just should be sure sketching, but the markers, we're just going straight through. There's Bora again in an updated look. A potential flower-based integrant, a plant-based integrant. I still might add him, so we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed. He's like a lunatic flower, kind of like Flowey from Undertale, but yeah, I don't want to be too steely, so I stopped it. Me drawing fire in different capacities. Me testing my detail work, trying to push my limits a little bit. I was teaching someone how to draw a rock in different ways. There are different ways you can draw a rock, different art styles you can draw a rock, and I was using an avatar as a reference point, I remember, because they did it in these different ways as well. This was like more of a background rock, and this one was more of an upfront rock, and this was just a rock kind of in the foreground, but not so quite, mainly in the background. Me teaching people how to draw different ways you could potentially draw water. Now, I didn't know 100% myself as I'm teaching people. Flares, they were a potential thing I was going to add them in the series, probably not, but it was like an astral flare covered the planet Kepler or whatever, and these creatures became of it. I don't think I'm gonna add it. It's too much going on already. A potential magical creature where this orb is its core, or maybe there might be another one in the middle, but it tries to it's a magical creature type thing. Potential Newman, look of Newman. Oro. Yeah, I was gonna, This is a potential look at what astral flare could look like. Newman comes on the planet, he hops through the portal, and him coming through the portal and coming back out over the planet causes an astral flare to wrap around the planet, making some creatures turn mutated, and yeah, that was the sketch. This is a character I'm definitely going to add, but he's going to be the Gork Mask Maker, or just the Mask Maker. They're called the Oro at the time, the Gorks, but yeah. Definitely, what's that Ocarina of Time inspired look? But yeah, he likes to go around collecting parts from battles and dead areas and making use of them type thing. And then he might sell some here and there, but he likes to make use of them. He likes to make masks out of scraps from war, whether it's organs, people, things, whatever. Sword. Are you starting stuff with me? Me? Oh god, I cringe. Anyways, there's me trying to draw him again. Yeah, it's not bad, but I needed to balance it out with something more cuter, so I did that. I don't even know what the hell this is. Don't even bother me. My Angela shoe paint as a monster. I think this was Inktober themed. A guy who's been on online too much, clearly. And this guy's a cool character, actually, so I'm gonna keep him. Yeah, he's fire. I've redesigned him multiple times, but I like his build. He's pretty fire. He's based off of Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War type characters. And there was one in the Shadow of Mordor where they had fire on their heads, so that's right. The first design of Bruno, Peak, I understand. He's based off Bluno from One Piece and also Batman silhouette, so think about that. Another design of another girl. I might add her in later, so stay tuned for that. And Borg the Hammer. These are Gorks anyway, but yeah. His name's Borg the Hammer. His head looks like a lemon, I don't know. But he's supposed to look like a cute buff man. We might see him come back. This is a berserker form of Enra. Just like the berserker form of Purin, just like the berserker form of Enra. I was like, what if they had berserker forms? That's a little too edgy, you know? And then I drew that guy again in more of a different type of manner. Magical potential creature. The sand potential sand integrant. There wasn't really nothing to him right there. He was too buff. And a potential lore at Newman's Law where there was going to be a god in the planet that was waiting to get activated, whether good or bad. This is a drawing symbolizing raining on your parade. Raining on your own parade. As you can see, he has the chemistry towards it. He has a button that's pressing his own doom of the hammer coming down and raining on his own parade, smashing his cake candle. This is going to be a cool concept I wish to do one day. Flash Knight, not flashlight, Flash Knight. It's like, the inspiration's like Hollow Knight, Shovel Knight. I was like, what if a knight is fighter of the darkness and his blade is a flashlight? And there's another concept of that. Pretty cool. And there's the puppeteer, he's gonna be called, but he's still fire. I don't know how I'm gonna add him, but I need to. But his skin is made of like skin of stuff. But yeah, he's fire. His hat's kind of scary. I don't know where his head is. He's just all neck right there. Loot and Enra. Some TV challenge thing. King Newton again. King Newton even better. I actually really like how I did this. This is actually pretty clean. This is still good. Still good. Drawing different lightnings. The Newman Knights. Original and still consistent design, actually. And we have Newman Knights again. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna add this one. GB version. This was the logo to NL, like the square original picture, but potential wood. Anyways, this is Labouk, his name was. That's named after a really tall tree or something like that. Obviously, I'm going to probably change it or something. This is the wood integrant. He may never show his face. He's going to do it in like in the side series, I might add. Here's a mushroom looking at some moon or something. Here's the first design of the bullet integrant. So this is before the other bullet integrant. So yeah. I obviously like, this is garbage. I redrew that so fast. Tree Rex. I'm not sure if it's planted or this is a foot, but it's stuck there. I really like these guys. Mushroom Mafia. They're fire. That's for sure. I'm going to add them in the second side series. And there's the Mercury integrant again. So see, like I had to spin back because this was so garbage. God, this is so trash. And this, I had to spin back. I was like, wait a minute. Let's actually take my time and not draw something for the sake of a video or a live stream because it's so easy to get lost in that sauce. So let's draw something more. So I gave him this like desperado look, you know, cowboy, western. This is still fire. I'll draw this again. If I draw it again, I'll draw it exactly like this, to be honest. The same fit and everything. This is clean. This is like peak design. I will come back to this if I don't rip this paper out. A bomb type of character. I believe this is someone else's character I had to draw, or I decided to draw people's comments again for a brief moment. Yeah, I did tag the person, so yeah. Bomb character. Am I not getting all this in here? Me drawing someone else's character again. I drew my characters with 3 fingers and a thumb and whatever, so that's how I was drawing their characters. I was getting backlash for it, but it's my style. But yeah, this is TK Art's character I wanted to draw. I'm gonna see what that person's up to just out of curiosity after this, just to see if they actually kept things going. This is Glow's comic. I decided to draw his character. But, yeah. An exceptional artist, for sure. Me drawing a Pepperman hitting this drunken snail for, I don't know what reason. Another design of Penumbra. Yeah, this one was cool, actually. I like this one better than the other. She's climbing up a mountain with her scythe. That scythe's heavy. I don't even know how she's holding it like that. But, yeah, that's crazy. An Arc Raptor. I was going to draw an Arc Raptor. I might bring it back, but it won't look like this clown look. I don't know why it looks like this. And the infamous, most famous boomerang bird. This is really cool because I always add this in every chapter. I always add a boomerang bird. It's on the website. I think that's like one of my staple designs right there. Boomerang bird. The bird that flies around. Sometimes ended up back where it started. This is for TikTok channels. I was just drawing my guy in a boxing ring. So cringe. Anyway, Newman's Law updated logo again. I updated the logo again before the final updating. You gotta draw these things like multiple times. Who is X? This character, I'm waiting when I gotta add this character, and I really like this guy. This is gonna be like our first black looking dude that's an actual black guy. But he's gonna be a Gork, believe it or not. But he's gonna have like brown skin, I think. I think that's very fitting. But he's gonna be like a blind man with super... Yeah, he's fire. He's fire for sure. A shiitake mushroom swordsman right here. She's pretty cool looking. Might add that. And the Venus flytraps 100% getting added as the first character, one of the first characters to the Verdant Vigor series. And his name's Kimbo, by the way. I do remember that. He's gonna be annoying to draw on different angles, that head, but he's still fire. So fire. Angel Wings character I was thinking about adding. And I was gonna draw a Loot again, but I changed my mind. School Patrol's little mascot boy. I already did something heinous to him. And yeah, that's lame. Let's skip over this. Tooth Fairy Man, which is a very scary thing. I don't know why I drew him upside down. And a character that is based off Warframe. And for some reason I have this like Destiny look. Ghost thing, but yeah, I based the character off of Warframe mixed with Destiny. But if I say the best thing in this sketchbook, it is obviously going to be the first one. So I always have it as set at this without even having the thing closed. But I do got to slide back to him eventually. But I always use these characters 100%. Okay, we're going to do the final one, and it's this book right here. So let's get it started. This is how I started it since I'm left-handed, so I started my book backwards. And here we have the first concept of Nile. There's hanging bodies in the background. There's him with a match. His name's Nile for nihilism, if you didn't know that already. Anyway. And then we got some guy. I was going to make like some type of Pokemon thing, but instead of like Pokeballs, it was going to be like capsules. Was this right here? Was this always right here? I don't know what's going on with this camera, but whatever. We're going to put it right here for now. Anyway, but yeah, it was going to be a Pokemon type. Let me just fix this. Holy moly. There's him again in more of an updated look because I feel like I didn't do good. But this time they weren't doing it to capture... Like, I was like, what if I actually make this guy a character, but it's not Pokemon things that he's doing. He's just a salesman, and he sells capsules of items, like, magically in tiny capsules, like how Pokemon is, but it was just for items, and it'd be capsules. And this one kind of almost got me canceled, Queen of Eggland. And here's a black hole integrant I was going to draw, but someone already made a cool black hole character, so very discouraging. Even though I don't need a black hole character, we're not going to get out of space with this one. We're not going into space. Don't worry. Rumple Pumpkin. I just did a redraw of her on Halloween, my Halloween stream. So yeah, we do have an updated look of Rumpled Pumpkin. Rumple Pumpkin. Some star thing. I do recommend you guys get these books because... Oh, that's why my camera, it was flipped the other way. That's what it was. Okay, whatever. Here's a pencil as a sword. Can't get any better than that, I guess. Hold on. Mechanical pencil. Stupid bell, but this was like when you're drawing on the road type of thing. A popcorn. Stein filled with beer or whatever. Cheez-It Ninja Star. I actually like this setup too, because you can see and you can also see the mess of, well, that's clean clothes right there, but it's a mess because I had to put stuff on my bed to situate this setup, because usually my setup's behind me. But this is a candy, like a Hershey Kiss candy without the Hershey's in it, like what's coming out of it. Anyway, a Pokemon based off of, like, it's a psychic type and it's puzzle based. It looks like puzzles. This is creativity right here. What is Pokemon doing? And Pooh Bear. So yeah, that's Pooh Bear as a character. It's more of a male bear, but yeah. Like, maybe I'm gonna add a teddy bear to the series, who knows. There's Pooh Bear again. So yeah, it's like a teddy bear. This is me versus TikTok. Part 1 of many. This is a monster based off of beads. This is a biblically accurate fire. I don't know. Okay, so this one is funny because I drew this and I was like, I was feeling a little corn doggy, I guess. And I was like, you know what, this looks like that, so let's just write that word there. Don't cancel me. Let's go back, so. This was peak right here. Oh yes, lovely. I'll go back. I can just imagine I don't know why it looks like the shots are from the back, but whatever. Anyways, I was making a sea creature that looks disgusting. Kind of Sea of Thieves look to it, to be honest. There he is again, ugly as hell. But fairy. I was like, let's make a race that are fairies in my series, but the fairies are buff as shit. These fairies are jacked. I was like, let's do that. But no, I ended up not doing that. I still could do that, you know. I might have a buff fairy. I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is a retry on the girl from before. Hold on. God dang. Oh, it just doesn't exist anymore. That's cool. Biblically, whatever. This is that girl. I was like, let me draw an accurate female body. Or try to. It's a little uneven, but you know, I like it. Yummy. Anyways, where was we? I was trying to practice my female bodies, obviously. This is one of the panels in actually, one of my chapters, actually. And I actually use this, so I really like. That was the first design of the black nose monkey. So here's another sea creature design. I was potentially. I should actually use this. This is pretty cool. I'm rocking with this, but I don't know where they're actually gonna come into play. But I'm actually rocking with this. We'll come back to that. Where were we? Is everything gonna be upside down from here on out? Oh yes, what I look like my mangaka avatar type thing. And there's me drawing a skeleton-based character again. Me drawing a seed. Me drawing a flower coming out of a chained seed man. Watermelon man. Yeah, I love watermelon. There's him going crazy. Yeah, I was cooking right here. I was incredibly cooking right here. This is straight what in the Beatles is this? This is fire. And then, like, screw off. I already have it, like, inked up and everything, which is funny. I just gotta color it in and then post it as, like, a one-shot on my webtoon. But he's gonna be an actual character in Newman's Law if they go to Food City. There is a Food City already in place. He's versing Taco Man. This is clean, like... Slash! Cuts his arm off. Nope, it was not his hand. It was just his glove in his arm. His hand's coming out as he's turning around. He's coming. Uh-oh. Bam! Shoots. Misses. He comes in for the stab. Blocks. He grabs the stab and blocks both. He grabs him from getting stabbed from both ends and blocks it with his foot. Peek. And then there's Blade's right in front of his face. Kicks it out of him. Bam! Knocks him back. Kicks him again. Bam! This is so peak right here. Then he's on the ground. And then 911 is being called by a random bystander. This is a real noodle monster. This is a potential demigod for my series, and he's based off constellations. I was like, what if I make a character that's based off the stickman I use? So yeah, that's where that came from. And he's actually an updated look to him. Damn, I missed some pages here. Fire. Oh, this is me fighting TikTok. So yeah, I think that's enough for this video. I'm gonna go over the other ones next time, but because I already went through a lot of books here, and it's getting a little darker. So, and I'm using natural sunlight for this video. So thank you guys. Hopefully next one will be at the table. But yeah. Well, that is the first half of some of the sketchbooks. I'll post the second half next week. So the later ones obviously are going to be better designs. Well, for the most part, on average. And maybe I'll get into the cardstock ones too.